Okay. Okay. Man, this fish is just ripping with it. There she is. It's a really big one. This is way bigger than I thought. It might be 50. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ben Stone. You're watching canalgratis.com, and it is the late season of the musky season. It is November, it is cold, it is frigid, and today we're doing one of my kind of soft spot musky techniques, and that is pulling big live bait for potentially big muskies. I'm fishing metro water today, which, as you know by now, really pressured waters, but you wouldn't really know that by looking around because I'm the only boat out here. We have gorgeous weather. It's not too cold. It is pretty frigid, but clouds in the sky, very little wind, and we got some nice size suckers to drop in behind the boat. So we're gonna get going. Today is all about diving into exactly how you can do this for yourself. I've been out the last few days and it's been very, very, very tough. It's coming back. Holy, look at that thing. I mean, it's like a 44 at least, 45 maybe. Oh my God, there's a 50 on it right now. That's a big fish, dude. Oh my God. Unreal. Oh, there, he got it. He got it. He took it. Right there. Right there, finally. There he is. I missed him. I missed him. He's still on it, though. Missed a lot of fish, and hopefully we're going to right our wrongs and put a fish in the net, so let's get going here. All right, the first step to catching a muskie on a sucker is, of course, putting the sucker on a harness. This is a rig that I made myself. There's plenty of quick strike rigs on the market, but this is just one that I feel confident in. I suggest using one that you feel confident in. We're gonna grab our lucky sucker. First hook is going through the nostril or the mouth of the sucker. I'm gonna grab my first harness. And the big thing that's important when doing this is going above the lateral line, which is that defined line right there, and also we want to pull away some scales because you just want this to go in relatively lightly, not super harsh or deep. We'll repeat the same process with this other hook. I'll put this one more towards the head. That's in, and now we're ready to go. So we'll gently put our sucker in the water. And now you can see our sucker is swimming around lively and ready to go. So when it comes to spot positioning in the late season, when it comes to pulling live bait, it's very self-explanatory, very simple to do. And really all I'm doing is locating weed lines, and that is all there is to it. Doesn't really matter where the weed lines are. Just find the green weeds, you're gonna find muskies. It'll depend lake to lake. There's some lakes in the metro, especially the deeper clear lakes, where the weeds are gonna go out to like 15 feet. And there's other shallower, more non-clear lakes where those weeds are only gonna come out to about 8 feet. So really depth isn't gonna matter. We're really focusing in on the weed lines because that's where the oxygen is gonna be, it's where the bait fish are gonna be, it's where the muskies are gonna be. So find the weeds, find the break lines, and just keep going at a slow and steady pace. Pretty simple way to fish. You can bring anybody out doing this. It can get a little boring, but I've got the wonderful cell phone to keep me company, so let's get going.
I would bet if you asked 10 different full-time fishing guides how they got to fish full-time, there'd probably be a lot of parallels between most of those stories. But obviously everybody's journey, life is different.
Okay.
Our work and business lives
That's
are different.
Fish.
So
that's a fish. Man, this fish is just ripping with it. He's got 100 feet of line now. What the hell? Okay, I think I'm just gonna take her. There she is. Ugh. Got her. All right. Let's keep the tension on. It's a good fish too. Keep that tension on. Oh man, it's a big fish. It's a real big one. It's a real freaking big one. Unreal. It's a freaking big fish. It's a really big one. This is way bigger than I thought. It might be 50. It's gonna be close. I think 4-footer maybe. Got her hooked perfectly. Got her hooked absolutely perfectly right now. Nice fish. Oh yeah, get him in that. Yeah! And she's off! Let's go! Big one! Chunky one! Oh my God, look at that. She came off in the net. Sucker's gone. That's gotta be 50. That's gotta be 50. Look at how massive this thing is. Okay, we're gonna get a girth on her too. I wanna make sure I get a girth on her. This is a little tip to get girth on your fish when you don't have a girth tape, because I don't. I'm gonna take a piece of fishing line and we're gonna find the thickest part of this fish. Okay, I got it. Okay. 23-inch girth. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have what I know is probably my heaviest fish, but this very well might be my PB once again. Kind of speechless right now. I'm shook. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Oh, let's get a look at this let's get a look at this monster. Oh, it's a big fish. 51 and a half. Oh. I can barely lift this thing. Oh my God, look at the size of that fish. That's a 51 and a half by 23 Metro Beast. Let's get this freaking fish back in the lake. Oh my God, that just happened. Okay. Unreal. Look at the size of that fish. Monster, she's ready. She's ready to go. Look at that submarine. Oh, my hands are so cold. Ladies and gentlemen, I am shook right now. I love musky fishing. What can I say? Nothing gets me as excited and thrilled as what these fish do to me and a lot of other people. I think my favorite part about that fish is how I caught it, doing literally the most accessible thing to musky fish, and that's pulling live bait. And that just makes me so happy and excited because these waters are very accessible to other people, and this is a very accessible technique to do, which means just about anybody can come out here and have a chance at that fish again, because we just let it go, obviously. To me, that is just awesome. I love seeing new people get into the sport, and for a fish like that to be waiting on such a simple and easy tactic to do is really quite special. So with that being said, we are going to jump right into exactly what I did to catch that fish, because that's obviously the most important takeaway I want this video to have, is to teach others. So let's get into that. And the first thing that you're going to want is a rod that is adequate for using live bait late in the cold season. And I'm using a Chaos Tackle Assault Stick trolling rod. This is an 8-foot heavy trolling rod. The rod blank is fiberglass with a very moderate action. That's the most important thing with a rod this time of year, is having a rod that is going to load up nice and perfect. I was able to just keep that fish pinned and get her right into the net, and this rod handled absolutely perfectly. The second thing, which isn't a necessity by any means, but it's definitely very helpful, a line counter trolling reel. This is going to allow you to have a clicker. This is not a necessity by any means, but it is nice to kind of replicate your data. Obviously, there's a lot of reels that have clickers without a line counter, and those are going to work just well. Now, getting into the most important part of this whole entire concept is the rig, and there are plenty of rigs on the market. I went the route to make my own, and this is advice that I got from my really good friend Alex McLean, who is amazing at catching big muskies, and he went and started making his own rigs, and my rig is just a replication of that. My point here is that really any quick strike harness is gonna work in your favor most of the time. That's kind of the broad strokes to everything that I have going for me on this whole setup. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I'll always respond or make a dedicated video addressing specific comments. But with all of that out of the way though, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you are a musky fisherman, please subscribe to my channel. I do my best to post the best and most musky content that I can, and we're gonna have hopefully a couple more of those videos yet this year. But until then, I'll see you next week, and thanks for watching.